I spend a lot of money on World of Tanks Blitz, as you guys know, but thankfully with Huawei AppGallery, I'm able to turn some of that money back into more gold and rewards by playing the game. I'll have a link for Huawei AppGallery's installation in the description down below, and you'll have to install World of Tanks Blitz on the application. You can see that we've got some great coupons for this month, a $2 coupon when you spend $7, and a $4 coupon when you spend $28. You can also get 10% back on any purchase you spend. That means if you spend $100, you're getting $10 back, which is absolutely incredible. Or you can try your luck on the lucky draw, possibly get your hands on a tier 10 tank, which is absolutely epic. Make sure to join the Huawei Discord, which the link will also be in the description down below. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in what I consider to be the most overpowered line in Blitz, the T92E1 and the Sheridan. I have a very, very large disdain for running into Sheridans or T92E1s. Mainly because of the fact this is just such a cringe tank to fight. It features an incredibly high alpha of 560, the tank is stupidly mobile, and has a ridiculously troll armor profile that gets way more bounces than any medium should, let alone a light tank. The 92E1 has gotten nerfed multiple times. Its hull armor has gotten nerfed. Its DPM has gotten nerfed. Just about anything you can think of when it comes to this vehicle has gotten nerfed. But you know what hasn't? The ability to deal 636 damage in one shot to a tier 8 medium. And that player's thinking, oh, I'm going to get away with this YOLO. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I've got some teammates here. I am going to try and support my 55A, but at the end of the day, I can't support you too much when the enemy team's going to YOLO, especially with my DPM being rather poor. But the 55A is actually a rather good tank. It has really good DPM, it has solid mobility, and I'm hoping that I can help out my teammate here enough that they might actually live a bit longer than they should. There you go. Nice 596 into the Defender Mark 1, and our 55A at this point is probably going to die. Yes, indeed. But that's fine. I've already obliterated a lot of the enemy team's hit points. We're going to chill and cover right here very quickly. And let's see, we got the defender. Oh, there you go. Bye-bye! Little Rain's going to try and YOLO me, and all I'm going to do is, well, have an AFK 252. That's not necessarily helpful. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I just want to ask this Lorraine a question, just out of curiosity. What's the thought process that you have right there? Now we got the 704 who's going to try and get me. Oh, no. You shot me. Darn. Anyway. Yeah, what are you going to do, huh? Yeah, you bet you didn't think about this. Light tanks, ladies and gentlemen. Light tanks. 700 health off of the Object 704. Like, actually, though, where are you going to go? Your game's over. You're cooked. You're roast beef. Your game is Jover. Oh, no. What will I ever do? 704 turns one way. I shall turn the other way. Anyway, bye-bye. This is why DPM is not an important value, but what is high alpha and mobility, and this tank has both high alpha and mobility paired into one of the most overpowered combinations in the game. Well, don't you worry about that. We've got the Emil 2, a bonk 700 health ripped off of his vehicle. I bet he enjoyed that. Whoa, we're up to 4,200 damage dealt at this point. Well, the Vipera's not doing too well. We're going to keep on rolling over here, see if we can get to the side of the Emil 2, aiming. I do see a high explosive. Bonk! 510 HE into the side of the Emil 2. That puts us up to 4,700 damage in this game. I mean, this is just such an incredibly stupid tank. Well, our teammate bounces the shell. What will I ever do? Oh, no. Anyway. Oh, actually, might be a little cooked here. I should be alright. I should be alright. We just need to drive into cover. That shell was really, really, really unlucky that we fired there. But it's okay, because we have a healthy 252, and I was a little bit greedy for damage, which is on me. Oh, no. You gonna try and do it? Come on. Bye-bye. That turret went flying. Alright, well, the Emil dies. Yeah, all fine. I got really unlucky that my shell fired at the Destiny hit, like, I think it hit an enemy tank's gun barrel, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, that's the T92E1. Anybody that tries to say that this is a balanced or not overpowered tank is wrong. This is not an opinion, it's fact. This is one of the most brain-dead, busted BS vehicles in Tier 9. It needs an accuracy nerf, it needs a pen nerf, and then it might just be considered balanced. But the fact that it has ridiculously troll armor, one of the smallest profiles in the tier, with incredible levels of mobility, view range, and a gun, which can rip out 5,000 damage games it's so stupid. And it's not just the T92E1, it's also the Tier 10 XM551 Sheridan, which, funny enough, I have a replay saved for you guys. I played this game on today's live stream, and it just shows why the Sheridan is so incredibly stupid. Like, I've talked about it in the past. Anytime somebody asks me what the most cringe Tier 10 to fight is, this is the vehicle that I say. There's not a single tank which I find more annoying to go up against. I did a whole stream playing the Waffenträger earlier today, and the only tank that killed me out of the 3 games that I died in was this tank, because it gets away with whatever it wants. It has 570 damage per shot, it has fairly good levels of DPM, and it has crazy good mobility. You can't pen it with high explosive. It's got the 3rd highest view range in Tier 10. It's mind-boggling. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to try and cross this, because I know that they don't have much here. I do get shot once. I get shot twice. I lose about 800 health to cross. But you know what? I'm now in one of the most influential spots in the game. Not only that, but I can chill in this spot and basically make sure that this Sheridan can no longer do anything. We can see the enemy Sheridan is currently really looking only at me. But now the Sheridan gets shots by my teammates. Boom! I get a nice shell into the Sheridan. Low rolls, but doesn't really matter as the T57 Heavy gets the clear. Just like that, I've done 1,060 damage, and, well, we're doing pretty fine so far. We got the enemy FE2 and 5B 183 right here. I see that 183 looking at where I am, and I don't want to get blind shot, but 183 turns its start, and we get a nice shot right into his vehicle. Thank you very much for the 600 health. You are now at 916 HP. Any other Tier 10 would be much harder to do what I'm doing here. Oh, I see the 183 aiming. I back up. Don't worry. A bonk. There you go. 534, and I'm up to 2,200 damage at this point due to the blind shot on the enemy FE2 and 5B 183. Already his game's over. I don't even care about him. He's a waste of my time. I'd rather get a more dangerous tank like the SG-122. Bye-bye. There you go. We have now dealt 2,800 damage. But we're not done yet. The enemy FE2 and 5B 183 is being pushed off the hill, which gives me the opportunity to now push behind the enemy tanks in the base cap. That's exactly what I'm going to do. We got the Type 71, aiming, bonk, 667 health off of you. Like, 667. Almost no aiming required, and I don't even have a downside. Like, you can't say the DPM on the Sheridan's bad. It's not. 2,500 damage per minute for a 570 alpha gun is not bad. The E100 gets 660 alpha and gets 2,150 DPM. Like, if you do the comparisons of DPM between the alpha that this tank has and heavies that have similar alpha, it's just not even close. And maybe your argument is, oh, it's a heavy, it shouldn't have that much DPM, but I would say a light tank should even have less DPM if it's going to have this level of capability. Well, don't worry, we're up to 4,000 damage so far, and we're not even done yet. The enemy team still has 4 tanks left. Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to roll off to the corner over here, and we are going to wait. AMX-30B is going to possibly move up. Hello. Oh, there you go, 752. Yep, that's right, 707 damage into his vehicle. Gotta love the max roll ability, and, you know, the fact that in one shot I can do 700 damage in a light tank. That's good for the game. Well, the 57 Heavy, I was trying to bait a shell from, but he doesn't care. He's jumping down this hill anyway. So what I do, I aim it on the track wheel, track the 57 Heavy so he hopefully can't hit me. Still manages to get the shell out, but is not quick enough to the repair, and because of that, I'm able to roll around the corner, and the 57 Heavy cannot hit me. Now the 57 is going to start turning around for the T22, get shot by the T22. I load a high explosive into the rear, and just like that, we deal 5,400 damage plus a 600 damage blind shot, dealing over 6,052 damage. That was a lot of words that I just said, but either way, point stands. These two tanks are incredibly overpowered. I know there's going to be people that come into the comments and type in their same stuff, like, oh, this tank's not overpowered, it's only good in a good player's hands. But that's the case for any tank. It doesn't matter how good a vehicle is. You can get me a Smasher or an Annihilator, an absolute brainlet's not going to do well in it. I can't tell you how many Smasher players I've been able to absolutely dumpster on because they don't know how to play the game. At the end of the day, any tank that is capable has to be put in capable hands to achieve greatness. That's just as simple as it is. If you give somebody the best army in the world, but they have zero clue how tactics work, they're probably not going to achieve much. I think the Romans and the Spartans are a great example of that. And the Sheridan is such a great example of how when you have just a little bit of skill, you can absolutely decimate anything. It is such a cringe tank to fight. It is an incredibly overpowered tank to play. I still consider this to be a vehicle which needs a big nerf. Personally, if you were to ask me what I would do to the vehicle, there's a couple things that I would do. First of all, I would lower its accuracy. Let's say you want to keep the derp gun, right? Let's say for both of these vehicles, you want to keep the derp gun. Okay, nerf the accuracy. Like, big time. Nerf its aiming time. It does not deserve 4 seconds of aiming time. Give it like 6 seconds of aiming time with poor on movement dispersion. Nerf its heat pen. See how it has 350 mils of heat pen? Nerf that to like 320. And give it 20 less mils of standard pen. Then you're in a situation where at least you're not able to dunk on people. Let's say you don't like that option. Okay, nerf the DPM then. The 92-1 is balanced by the fact that it has poor DPM, and it's still busted. So, do the same case to the Sheridan. Lower its DPM from 2,500 to 2,000. This now stops the vehicle from being able to do anything aggressive, because if it does, it's going to be overwhelmed by enemy mediums and pushed. This is a very easy way to balance it. Something that needs to be done to the Sheridan is have its camo and view range nerfed. Why does it have the third highest view range for a light tank? Make it less. Make it the least view range for a light tank and make the camouflage about 10% worse, maybe 5% worse. I don't want to make it bad, right? But I also don't think that this tank deserves to outspot every single tank in the game with a 570 damage per shot gun with incredible levels of accuracy and heat pen that can butter through even the strongest of heavy's upper plates. A Sheridan can pen a mouse upper plate. Yeah, Sheridan can pen an E100 turret. Why are light tanks able to pen super heavies? Frontally, that doesn't make sense. The whole point of a light is to flank, to spot, not to farm. I know, I'm getting very worked up, but at the end of the day, I really do think the Sheridan is one of the most overpowered BS tanks in the game. You can let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!